Because now we are. Yeah, yeah. Ow! What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and we have I have with me today Miss Madam B. Ken won't be joining us for this episode, but maybe perhaps if we have one later on, he'll be in for the video. But anyways, guys, we have a pretty good topic that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking about the supernatural horror series Wishmaster. So I'm going to go ahead and play this intro for you guys, and we can go ahead and get this popping. That never gets old. Now, for those who don't know, the Wishmaster series consists of four movies. It came out in the 90s, and it's about this evil djinn, or genie. Yes, that is he's released from this sacred jewel, and he's tasked with completing 3 wishes for the person that released them. Mm-hmm. But in the process, he's doing, he's getting wishes from other people as well. And his main motivation is to get the 3 wishes from the person that summoned him, so he can free his brethren and wreak all types of havoc and stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, this came out in the 90s, and for the most part, I really did enjoy the first 2. But of course, they did go into the whole horror movie tropes where the direct-to-DVDs decided they want to start popping their ugly head. So that's just saying that the Wishmaster series ain't been on this game the last few years. But tell me what your thoughts about the series are.
Well, I did like the first one and the second one, but the third and fourth one not so much. Let's see what else. I like the way they did it. Instead of, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Anyway, what's the next question?
Oh,
I didn't like the...
You just based your general thoughts. I think it's actually a pretty interesting series. It's an actual good idea, because when you don't see too many movies about genies and like that. I mean, now I would say you would see it more, but like then you didn't. You didn't.
Right. And what is the thing about genies today? Grant you 3 wishes and everything is all good and good. But with this djinn, you got to be very careful about how you say a wish, because he'll turn it around and then it'll end up back on you, or it'll end up with someone getting killed. Mostly like someone getting killed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is the thing about it is, when we were talking about like Chucky and Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers, I kept saying it didn't make sense for. I'm sorry, guys. It didn't make sense for their movies, like the kills and stuff, to be so like spontaneous. Like every movie wanted to see how a person got killed in all these different creative ways. Those movies, it doesn't make sense for that to happen. But I will give an exception to this series.
Right, because every person has a different wish.
So and each wish can be twisted into like
a different death.
So this is probably the only series that I can say that I've seen that the multiple deaths and stuff actually works. It makes sense. It makes complete sense. And I'm glad you don't see him having people all hung up and stuff in doorways for no freaking reason.
Like placing their bodies just so casually so people can find them.
And I can't believe they put popular horror movies, the Phantasm being one of them. No, Phantasm doesn't make any sense. But let's go ahead and get into this. Now, the main guy, the djinn, as they call it, which I'm interested to see, is this djinn the same djinn in the first 2? I mean, the djinn in the first 2 movies, the same guy, and I know the djinn is played by the same guy in the other 2 movies. Not the same guy from the first one, because the djinn itself is played by two different guys.
Yes.
Okay, but is it the same character? I mean,
so do they have a different motivation?
No, it's the same motivation.
Well,
I mean, the scripts. No, let me not say that.
Because the third and fourth one, his was totally different.
And that kind of goes, and that's why I said it fell into those tropes of like those 80s and 90s horror.
Yeah.
Where it's like totally just inconsistent.
So I mean, the first and second one was about him wanting wishes or souls. Like the second one, it was souls.
It was weird. The first one was he wanted the 3 wishes from the chick.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was he wanted the 3 wishes from the chick, but he could do the same thing he wanted to do if he got 1,000 souls.
Mm-hmm.
So then the third one is like
he.
What was it? He wanted to get the 3 wishes from that girl.
Yeah, the very specific girl. I mean, the one who woke him, but he was like, even before he turned, he was like after her. Like
in the other ones, he was like chill with it.
Yeah,
because he was like getting wishes left and right.
And
because in the second one,
out on other people.
Yeah, but in the second one, he stayed in prison. He literally stayed there to get wishes from people. So
walking around freely.
Mm-hmm. And then the third one, of course. I mean, the fourth one, it was about
the dude
love.
Had his sights already set on it, like, love.
Like, what does that got to do with
anything? He didn't want nobody else. People come up to him, I want 3 wishes, give it to me. Nah. No.
Nah, that's all right. Don't you got a quota to fill? Nah, that's all right. I got my sights on her. I'm like, okay, do your thing. Look, it's like I said, it's an interesting premise, and like I said, the first 2 movies do it the best. Although for some reason in the second movie there was one scene that did not make any sense, and that's a scene where she wished that the guy she killed hadn't got killed.
Mm-hmm. And then that the guy that got killed in
the dude she shot,
the police officer.
And she was.
I might keep going to the first one.
Yeah, she's like, I wish I hadn't killed that cop. And then you see this black and white 80s, no, like 50s thing of him coming home. And I was like, why is that scene black and white like that? Like, I don't understand. But let's just break down. Okay,
let's go to the first one. Your thoughts on the first one? Did they do it?
We'll let them get them the info. Okay, the first Wishmaster follows this. I don't know what this lady is. She's like a statue orienter or something. Orator, or I don't know. She focuses on like antiques and statues and stuff like that. And she ends up coming across the jewel, and she ends up releasing the genie.
I'm guessing she's an auctioneer. No.
Yeah, something like that. I don't care. This lady does stuff with like ancient pictures and statues and stuff. Mm-hmm. But she comes across the jewel.
And how did she come across the jewel? They were transporting it in a statue.
The statue fell on the guy, smushed him, and then the guy that
he saw the jewel and he just plucked it out of there, just so easy.
He plucked the jewel out, but how did he get the jewel again?
The statue. It was inside the statue. The statue broke open.
I meant, how did she get the?
He pawned it, and they brought it to the auctioneer, and she got it to examine it. Yes.
Oh yeah. So all these hands they passed through and it didn't activate until it got to her hand.
That is very true.
Okay.
Right, I guess she's the only one who
wait.
Like
she
look
did,
in it.
The only thing that she did was she breathed on it. That was the thing, and she like rubbed it. That was like the one thing she did that nobody else did.
Yeah, but in the third one, all she did was look in it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like But anyways, so needless to say, he comes into the world, starts wreaking havoc. This by far is probably the best one. I mean, honestly, they're not good movies. They're poorly written. The characters are all stupid, but you can still find entertainment and joy in bad movies. This is by far probably the best one, but the most unlikable character in the film is the main girl.
And why?
Because not only was she a poorly written character, she was stupid. Almost everything she did in the movie was like just stupid, like kill me, or like the stuff. Like I know people didn't brought this up. I know somebody else brought this up. They were talking about how her friend liked her, and then she was like, I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
So that kind of made her like unlikable right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got this whole thing where she was worried about like had a memory about her mom
and then burning
to death, which that storyline didn't go nowhere. But it's like she didn't have any quality, any good like likable qualities or anything. And the only thing,
but she was a coach.
Yeah, right. And then what was she snapped? She wouldn't at one of the coach parts. She like snapped a little bit with the kid or something like that.
No, she's just telling the kid to focus. She's like, focus. That is the key, or something like that.
Yeah, you can't make an unlikable character and gonna try to put her with some kids and try to make her look like. I'm like, no. And she didn't have a life neither.
Okay, I give you that one.
Well, at one part she was like sitting there just drinking wine or something
with her sister.
A sister we didn't care about.
Okay. You just done just brought her down, poor thing.
And even with the whole djinn thing, with his character, and I agree with the other reviewer that we had seen review it. We was laughing because he was telling the truth.
Okay, what do you think?
The djinn felt sorry for her because she's such a stupid character. I think this the one he was like, okay, I'll give you a free wish. Yeah, because she was like, well, I wish you blow your own head off, and he shot himself.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god,
like, that hurt. Like yeah.
But the highlight of the movie, the absolute best part of this movie, is the djinn.
Yes.
Played by Andrew Devolve. He owned the role. Mm-hmm. Not only was he a good the human persona of the character,
right, which was dead,
but he was also the great djinn character, the djinn part of it too. He owns this role. Like people that say Robert Englund owns the Freddy Krueger, I give it to him. He's a good Freddy Krueger. I like Jackie Earl Haley too, because I think he was a darker one, and that made more sense. Mm-hmm. But as far as Wishmaster is concerned, this guy completely owns that role. And the thing they did with the auto-tune with his voice to make him sound like that weird, creepy voice was just fantastic.
That's what got me to watching it. When I was watching it, I was like, okay, talking like that. Let's see. The first time I saw it was with my dad. Can you believe that? Letting the little girl watching the Wishmaster. Of course, it wasn't that old. But yeah, it was like, granted.
Yeah, granted.
I was like, really?
And it's just the way he looks. He looks so evil the entire time, and that grin. There's very few times I can say perfectly cast.
Yeah, that
was perfectly cast. There ain't no getting around that. But the movie is all right, and some of the kills are pretty creative. But the best part of the movie, honestly, is Duvall's performance and his character. Leagues better than the main chick.
It gave a little, at the beginning, gave a little bit of what,
exposition.
Yeah, what he was about.
But, but like I said, he's the best part of it. In fact, we brought up Robert Englund. He's actually in the movie.
Yeah. So, one of the...
He was the statue curator. One of those eccentric guys that like statues and paintings and stuff. Yeah. And having extravagant balls.
He did have that extravagant ball, didn't he?
Yeah. And it went to hell. Mm-hmm. So
I did like that part also, how he had made all the people do that. It wasn't just focused on her. He was after her for the wish, for the last wish, but he was, focusing on other people throughout the movie.
And it's also great to see because there were a bunch of cameos in it as well. We got to see, of course, Robert Englund,
Kane Hodder,
Tony Todd, Candyman,
Yes.
Reggie Bannister? The bald-headed guy from Phantasm? Or was that the old guy? Oh yeah, he was a tall man. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, he was a tall man in Phantasm films.
Okay. All right. So the second one.
Hmm? No, I'm sitting there looking at this. What's the
The second one.
Okay, let's go ahead and just go to the second one. The second one, of course.
Okay. Are we gonna rate the first movie?
If I give it a rating, I would probably say 3 out of 5.
Okay. What happened to your other? Okay, I can maybe understand the 3, but why not a 4? Which part?
If just the main chick, if she would have been just better written, and I'm not saying the lady that portrayed her did a bad job, cause
it was just the way she was written.
Yeah, the character was just such a fucking idiot, so stupid, and not trying to make decisions, and just looking freaked out all the time, and just not doing anything.
Yeah, she was screaming a lot in that movie, a lot.
I've seen other horror movies where, I mean, I can understand you being shocked and stuff, but I'm like, be proactive, do something.
Right.
You know that this guy is twisting wishes and killing people. That means you gotta be smarter. And she just was just stupid. So that's why.
All right, we'll go on to Wishmaster 2. Evil Never Dies. And
you didn't say it right. You said it right. You said Wishmaster 2. Evil Never Dies.
Quit interrupting me. Anyway, he's back.
If that's what you wish. So, did you want me to say it? Okay, in the sequel, of course, this woman comes into contact with this jewel during a botched robbery, art gallery robbery. And the djinn is released once again, played by Andrew Devolf. And this time, again, this one you start to see some of the inconsistencies. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that he returns, but it doesn't make sense for him to actually return because of what happened in the first movie.
Right.
So, this chick I didn't like either.
Okay, she found the jewel. How?
It was in a statue, and when they had the gunfight, a bullet hit the statue.
Again with the statue.
It's the same statue, I think.
It's the same statue. So it got back in the statue.
Remember what happened at the beginning of the first movie? I mean, what happened at the end of the first movie? She said, I wish
the day now. Okay.
No. She
wish
said,
the man.
What?
Hadn't
been drinking.
Yes, okay. So, that movie never happened. Okay, so we can go with that. That movie never happened. Let's go to 2. Or 1.
That's just 2. It was like 1.5. No, this the reboot since the first movie doesn't count. But anyways, this and that's pretty much it. This chick just
Morgana. Go ahead and say it.
That's her name?
Yeah, Morgana.
I don't know who that is. Oh, well, I don't care. All right, let's talk about this. Okay, now in this one, it's like I said, Andrew Devolf is again best part of the movie. Mm-hmm. The chick wasn't memorable. The chick was stupid. This time around started dipping a little bit more into like religious aspect. Because you got the priest and you got her beliefs and stuff, and what she kind of does in the movie, and then you see a lot more creative juices flowing. I don't want to say the creative juices are flowing better in this one, because you get to see him doing his thing, making these wishes and stuff, and it's backfiring. But this time around, unlike the first film, because the first film was the person that released him has to give him 3 wishes. When he completes the 3rd wish, the world's basically fucked. Okay, and this time around,
now he's in prison,
which he decides he wants to be there because most of the people there are stupid. But And this time around, like we said earlier, either he gets the 3 wishes from her, or he gets 1,000 souls, and the world's fucked. And most of the wishes that the people get, most of the wishes are just stupid.
Oh God, that man.
Like all the people say the dumbest things in their wishes. Though when he finally went to prison, what happened? The guy was like, "I wish I could walk right through
those bars."
Yes, and he literally went right. Now that was a funny death, but it was like, how stupid could you be? Why would you say it like that? Yeah, like you said, well, I wish the gates open up and the police would allow me to walk out of here safely with no harm coming to me whatsoever, nor any backlash from me walking out of here. Like they didn't do it like that. They just
But did they know what he was?
No, I mean, yes, but at the same time, like the wish itself was okay. Even if you didn't want to get that technical with it, it could have been like, well, at least I wish. You're like, well, what do you wish? I wish that the doors will open up and I can walk safely out of here and not be persecuted.
There you go.
But I didn't get I didn't get technical or anything like that. So like that makes sense. What was the one guy do was like, what would you wish? He was like, man, I wish I get tore off from the floor. I wish I was fucked up. And I was like, why would you wish that? And he got his wish too.
Yeah.
Cause them dudes beat the brakes off of him. I mean, that one was still kind of a stupid one. Cause all they did was beat him up. But it ain't like he got. It'd been different if like a anvil fell on his head or something.
Tore off from the floor.
They just kicked the crap out of him, which I'm quite sure either he would have moved or blocked, and that wouldn't happen.
Let's see.
So I'm like, I mean, one of the funniest ones was with the mob guy who's like, I wish I had the old dude's head, and then he ended up getting the guy's head.
Yeah, and okay, he met the mob guy through the guy he met in prison. Okay, so was that necessary?
I don't want. Like I said, it wasn't really plot relevant or anything. I mean, and then the thing about it is, you see him in prison, but there was only like 3 people that wished anything in prison. I mean, that one part where the guy was like, "I wish he go fuck himself." That one was messed up.
Yep. It was.
It was messed up on both ends. Cause I actually felt sorry for the guy he wished it on, but I felt sorry for him too because he screwed himself.
Well, the dude had to sit there and watch it.
No, I'm talking about him. I felt sorry for him.
I know, but the other dude had to sit there and watch it.
No, the one that was watching him.
Oh, you felt sorry for him.
Because he was impatient, he did that and then screwed himself over in the process. But he was frustrated because of what happened, so you can understand that. Like that one was pretty. That was a messed up one. It was pretty creative, and I wouldn't be like, oh. I've been screaming. I'm like, ah! I'm pumping myself. Of course, I'm a scream.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's funny.
Go.
But this time.
Okay, outside of the prison, Morgana is talking to her priest friend about the death of her boyfriend. He got turned into a little baby and then nothing.
Yeah, that one was stupid. He did. You know what? I don't even think they mentioned him again after that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Because that was a stupid wish.
What he said? I wish I was never born.
Oh, something. Not wish I was never born. The djinn said it, and the dude agreed to it.
Granted.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Yeah. He the djinn escapes and kills the remaining burglar when he accidentally wishes he'd never been born.
Yeah. Okay. I don't see why you would even agree to that, but okay, fine.
He did it on an accident.
He was stupid. Why would you wish you weren't born? You say, I wish that I didn't get shot.
Alright, what do you think of the priest man, her friend, and also her ex-lover before he joined the priesthood?
Honestly, I found him a more compelling character than her because it would make more sense. It made sense for the whole religious aspect to be in the story because of him. And here she is, this wilding out sinner, got somebody killed and robbing and stealing and doing stuff, and all of a sudden she want to turn Christian. Like, come on, now.
Well, we don't know what kind of faith, but she,
If she was about the right faith, she wouldn't be doing that. I mean, I guess I'm not sure, but it doesn't make sense for. That's what I said. Her character was just dumb. I didn't like the character.
Get the point of where you had to be cleansed in order to kill the djinn.
That's when the inconsistency.
So he don't know you're. He said so he don't know you're coming or something like that.
It's something to do with. I don't know. I don't. I have.
Yeah,
no
it's
idea.
Something is a clean soul or.
That
something.
Did
she have to chop? Well, she chopped off her hand or her finger.
A finger? I'm like, I ain't doing that. The world can burn. No, let me stop.
Yeah, purifying her soul. Oh, okay. So now they got the only someone pure of heart can banish the djinn back into his prison.
Which I'm quite sure Jafar from the first film was not pure of heart.
So that's where you get all them messed up things.
So I'm like, wait a minute, how's she pure of heart? I mean, I'm quite sure she's done a couple of things over the years. They just can't get washed away in one movie. One little 5-minute montage. So I like, I don't know about that.
Okay, so first one, 3 wishes, 1,000 souls. No, 3 wishes, just 3 wishes. Second one, 3 wishes or 1,000 souls. You got to be pure of heart to banish him. Whereas in the first one, you can just wish it, but you got to know how to wish it. Okay?
I don't understand why she just didn't say, hey, I wish me and my boyfriend hadn't been trying to rob the place.
Or we're back together. I mean, I don't know. He might put them together. So.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, you got
that would make more sense. That would make more sense. I wish me and my boyfriend hadn't tried to steal out the museum. Reboot the movie again. The second movie didn't happen. I
understand the whole Russian mob boss thing.
It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't plot relevant at all.
I mean, at the end, it took place in a casino, right?
Yeah. But all it was they just needed ways for him to keep getting introduced to like big waves of people, which is why he went to prison, which is how he talking to the mob guy, which led him to the casino, which you don't see nobody doing wishes. I'm like, he just sitting in the office chilling. But that one scene where he said, when he brought that girl into hell or the jewel or whatever, and he was like, I could understand. He was like, this scenery is a bit, a bit depressing. And then he went back to the casino. I like, that's an awesome bad guy. I like him. That shows when your villain, antagonist, or whatever has personality.
Serious and
he has humor.
Yes.
So it's dark humor, but it's there. And again, it makes the heroine look really stupid. She wasn't memorable. The first woman was stupid, but she's more memorable than the second girl. By like all accounts, she is. So I ain't got nothing to say about the girl. If I would rate this one, I would definitely say I'd say a 3 out of 5.
Another 3 out of 5?
It's still entertaining. I still like old dudes' performance as the djinn, and the wishes are kind of funny. Although some are pretty stupid, just majority of
we forgot to mention this at the end, the chant that she did. So what was that about? You had to be pure of heart, and then you had to do all this and recite a chant.
I don't know. Maybe they were going back to what happened in the beginning of the first movie, because the dude, the djinn or whatever.
Well, he did mention about fulfilling the prophecy.
I like the prophecy crap. I don't like that. It's just,
well, he mentioned it in the second one.
I don't like that either. The prophecy would be this. A woman, it'd be a human woman in America that who had a stupid boyfriend that wished himself out of existence and shot a cop and had an ex-boyfriend for a preacher, would give me 3 wishes to take over the world. That's the prophecy. What he's talking about is wishful thinking.
Okay. On to.
You never told me what you was gonna what you give both of them.
Why do you need my little old opinion?
You asked me.
Okay. The first one, to be honest, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The second one, a 3.
Okay. Let's go beyond the gates of hell and talk about Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Well, which one sounds better? Beyond the Gates of Hell or Devil's Song? Beyond the Gates of Hell. Even though that ain't really... Yeah. The title ain't got nothing to do with the movie itself, but okay.
Okay. Look, even they got tired and like for the 3rd time.
Mm-hmm. And be honest with everybody, Wishmaster 3 is a crock of shit.
I think they just threw in scenes from something, or maybe they're all bloopers and a little editing. Okay, let's get into it.
But this time around, some stupid girl, of course, college student this time, gets a hold of the jewel, releases the djinn, even though this dumbass didn't show up when she was in the room, which I still don't understand that. How you release the djinn, he don't come out until she leave.
What did he came out as
a djinn. He came out of the doorway with the multicolored smoke and stuff. And it looked like...
Right, and the first and second one, he was like he was being born.
Each one he comes out different.
Well, he came on the first one, and it was like somebody threw some goop on the floor, and he was born out of that.
That was the second. In the first one, he was like it looked like he was like a midget or
yeah, he came out of the stone, didn't he?
Yeah, but he looked like an actual person.
Yeah.
And he was all shaking and stuff. And he was crawling across the ground and stuff. On the other one, in the second one, he looked like a big ass booger.
Yeah, threw it a goop on the wall. Okay, so in the third one, he came out of...
fully grown, fully matured.
A golden doorway.
He digivolved to his maximum level.
Okay, now with this one, the girl and then the dude he's going to take over is like really in love with her. But she just...
Why? This girl's one of the most average and most unremarkable chicks I've ever seen.
Yeah, he just don't know. She don't want anything to do with them. So.
And so the djinn, of course, is one of 3 wishes from this chick, so he can unlock all kinds of holy hell and everything. And
but what else?
That's about it, pretty much. Excuse me. Same thing, same story, and she's got to try to figure it out. Now, one thing I didn't like about this character, the female character, how was she? She was shitty too. Because one thing, she came into, she jumped into all of this way too soon. Yeah, you see visions of this guy killing people, but that's what's supposed to be when people are making wishes, and how it backfires is when you see his images. But she was seeing images of this cat, all wreaking havoc, doing all types of stuff. Casey about to go live. So I'm like, I don't understand that. Why in the world would that be?
Right, I mean, he walking down the street, she's all on the floor. Like,
he up there scratching the back of his ear. I'm like, God, what is wrong with this girl? He ain't even did anything yet.
And he kept saying it all the while he was watching. He ain't even did anything yet. He
ain't done nothing. Not a nothing. And also, this movie is severely lacking on the kills. And then the kills that we do see are just stupid.
The wishes, like the woman, which the whole file was just burn up, and
she got caught on fire. I'm like, how did...
Like, not a single file
I'm like, dude, why did you kill her? She just said the file. And then the thing about it is, he was like, he wanted her file. The woman got caught on fire. He was like, I just wanted the file. I'm like, you can still get the file. You literally just left. I like to say, that's stupid. The one girl puked the guts out. I was like,
that was just
stupid. That was stupid.
And they were her friends, right? or somewhat.
The one chick that I thought was kind of cool. I think she. What did she say about her heart? She was like coming on to him. Like I'm still
Yeah,
not.
I didn't hear. I didn't. You know how I didn't hear that one. I really didn't. All I know, the heart just started. Oh, okay. She wishes for him to break her heart. Okay.
Why?
Yeah, that's what it said. I guess that's why she got up against the wall. She was like, "Break my heart."
I think she was one of those weird chicks that like older guys to just like abuse her and stuff. She kind of gets off on that crap. I don't know. Like I said, all these characters were stupid. Didn't care about any of them.
All right, so the girl, which is Diana, released the djinn. He's killing somewhat. He really wants her, even like I said, even as the human man, he wanted her. So right now, there's nothing to stop. He don't want to do nothing else but go to her and fulfill the prophecy and the wishes, unless that's the problem.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about her and the dude relationship? The fake Cole. The fake Cole.
The professor?
No, her boyfriend.
Ooh, see, he's like a distant memory. Okay, what does he look like?
That's the guy I say he looked like Cole. The Archangel guy. He took on the soul of the angel. So,
yeah. Okay. He said he took on. Well, up until he got all Archangel, he was kind of all right.
Yeah, he was an all right character.
But the angel, no.
That was dumb. That whole I invoked the spirit of the angel Gabriel, and I was like, you better all get an Archangel from X-Men. At least he could fly and stuff. And then he was literally one of the sorriest characters I've ever seen in the movie. He got his butt kicked. He didn't contribute nothing to this movie in the least bit.
And I don't get like how all of that. And you didn't even say who was playing. See, that's how uninteresting this movie is. You didn't say who was playing the djinn.
John Novak. Mm-hmm. That's when they switched it over to this guy, which John Novak doesn't do a bad job, but he doesn't particularly do a good one either.
It was just his. I'm guessing. Well, to me, it was the way they made him up, the feet and braids. I really didn't like that. I didn't like the costume design.
Like I said, to me, it wasn't bad. It just
no, come on now. Even I had to show you.
No. I mean, yes, because it got a lower budget and everything. But like I said, his actual performance wasn't bad. It was just how he was kind of written. Like, what was one of the moments he was sitting here, like he was reciting something for like theater or something. Mm-hmm. When he first appeared, I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
And he had a lot more humor than trying to be serious.
And this is one of the very few moments. This is one of the very few times I'm like, okay, the original guy was like, no, if the original guy was good, I can give it to him. But if the replacement sucks or is better, I can acknowledge that too. This guy, he just, it ain't his performance. I want to say it's more of the writing. His dialogue, how he was handled with the mannerisms and stuff like that. How he would talk to other characters and the stuff that he would do. And at least with the other Wishmasters, specifically the first one, mm-hmm. he had presence.
Yes.
This guy don't got presence at all.
And I'm like, he can literally like just walk down the street as the djinn. Nobody would probably.
They would not bat an eye.
Yeah. Because he got feet and braids.
Mm-hmm. And then of course this movie ends on like a dumb note as well. Completely stupid note. The story, the whole college atmosphere, and like, look, if you're gonna make a slasher,
Archangel guy made no sense at all. And then, well, didn't he have a sword, or that was the fourth one?
Sword. He had a sword.
Yeah.
And it was stupid.
The way he talked. Yeah.
Which I don't understand. I was like, wait a minute. So he's saying the chick is the one that can, quote unquote, kill the djinn or whatever. But I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hadn't you been fighting the djinn before humanity? So how did y'all beat the djinn then? Obviously, it ain't skill because you got your butt kicked. And you saying now you can't kill him? And I was like, come on, nah. This is just a load of horse shit.
Yeah, and how did she finally manage? Because you remember Michael told her she couldn't yield the sword until like she was ready. And how did she manage to do that?
Now, damn near killing herself.
Yeah.
That right there is like, don't if you kill yourself, you go to hell. So by going to hell, that's how you are worthy of the sword. No, like no wonder you got your butt kicked. You ain't worthy of it either. Like stupid, and I'm still tripped off. This man pulled out a sword. The djinn pulled out a bench.
Right.
I still don't understand that. But this movie, there's literally like no character worth a damn in this movie. None.
On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has 4 reviews, all negative.
Yes, because it's shitty, which I don't understand. I never understood like these low budget direct to DVD movies. It would seem like if you ain't got the money, your acting, characters, and story need to be on point. And how in the hell they went this left with this?
Left.
They done went off the map. They fell off the damn ruler. They done rolled off the table. I don't know how you get the first two Wishmaster films and then get this.
Right.
I don't get it.
It sucks.
Andrew DeVolf, I can understand why you left and did not. And you told him to wipe the ass with that script. I would have too. That was just stupid. And I guess they were trying to make it more personal, which is why I was like at a college, so it's not like in the city or something like that. Fine, but I'm like, if you're gonna do that, make the characters worth a damn.
Okay, but what did the love thing had to do with it?
That's the fourth one.
No, the professor.
That had nothing to do with it. That's just one of those cliches they put.
And he just happened to get the body of the one who loved her.
Which I don't even think he loved. I think he just want to smash.
Okay.
Hey, that's what it is. So, this movie,
I would have to give it a 2.
I'm gonna give it a 1. I can't. There's literally no redeeming qualities to this movie. None. So to Chris Angel for directing this movie and Alex Wright for writing this, y'all both fucking suck. Especially you, Mr. Wright, you hack.
Okay.
you wrote that crap. What's wrong with this man?
All right, horror fans, I guess.
And we have the final film, Wishmaster for the Prophecy.
And he's back.
Fulfilled. Which the title itself is a lie.
Right.
It's a lie. It should have put almost fulfilled.
Right. Damn near.
So, alright, in this one, of course, it happens again. This chick ends up coming across a jewel. She ends up releasing this evil genie. And he's trying to grant this chick 3 wishes so that the djinn can be raised from hell. But there is a bit of a twist this time around. And this time, supposedly, she's supposed to give herself to love him.
Right, as himself, like the djinn.
Like, I still don't understand what the hell they were thinking with that.
Embrace.
Who wrote this too? John Benjamin Martin, you a fucking hack as well. And John Novak does return as the djinn, which, again, I'm not saying the guy was bad, but I'm not saying he was good either.
Okay, I want to know, in the beginning of the 4th one, they showed, I guess, like a clip of them, in college or high school?
When they were together, like a beginning relationship.
And then it just went to that, and he's in a wheelchair. She resents him. She resents herself. She's unhappy. She can't have sex with him. All of that.
But my thing is this: they always kept showing them one scene.
Yeah, them same scenes over.
It's like they were both suffering from amnesia, long-term amnesia. So they would keep reliving this same day over and over again in their memories, but there's nothing that happened the 3 years before. They just know that he was in an accident, and accident he can't walk. Because the main chick, named Lisa, and her boyfriend named Sam, or husband named Sam. Sam is in a wheelchair due to some accident that's never really expounded upon, and them two are having difficulties in their relationship because Sam's
waiting on his case.
Yeah, Sam is an asshole because of this, and Lisa's the dedicated woman that ain't got really nothing going for herself. So she's like 100% into him and not really. Which this is one of those instances like if she like cheated on him or started getting tempted by other men, I can kind of understand it.
Right, he was a douchebag. Like I can understand, your situation, but okay, how long has it been since he was hurt? Did they say give a time frame? Because I know it wasn't recent.
Yeah, all we know is he's been in his wheelchair for a while.
Right, and a douchebag, yes.
And I think Michael, and Steven. Steven is their lawyer / friend / potential love interest.
/ djinn. Yeah.
That's been trying to get with old girl, and of course the djinn kills him, which I'm trying to figure out how he killed him again. Hey, he didn't even kill a guy. He just picked the guy up, cut his face off, guy died. I was like, you die from shock? I'm not quite sure that you can live from getting your face removed.
Anyway.
It hurt like hell, but damn. So the djinn is now taking. Steven actually likes Lisa. So now the djinn's taking on that. Since Steven happened to like him, I guess.
Now he has to try really, really hard to get her to
like him, love him. For some
/
reason,
sleep with him.
There's never an actual reason as to why they're saying this. Like, why?
Right. And then he has friends with him this time, the djinn.
Which they were...
Well, not with him, but,
other djinn. Those were shitty. I was like, did you see those?
I did. I saw those.
No, I mean, like, did you actually see, like, their faces without all that fire stuff around it? During the sequence at the end where the house is, like, getting messed up and stuff, their heads are like poking at a wall, and it actually looks like one of those like masks that you see at Walmart that's got the mouth, but the back all the way up to the teeth.
I know what you're talking about.
I was like, and then one of the djinn eyes was like, he looked like Jason. One of his eyes was like go downhill, and the other one was up. I was like,
oh, okay, I think I missed that part.
Yeah, I was like, how do they look like that? They don't even look like it ain't like they put 4 different guys with djinn makeup on, because I'm quite sure the makeup itself ain't that hard to get access to. But no, I was like, they look shitty. They don't even look like djinn. That djinn been sipping that gin and juice.
Right. They were pretty ugly.
Lay back. I was like, oh my gosh. So, but really, the whole extra djinn thing don't really go to anything either. They just all they're there to do is pester him about being free. That's about it.
And her accepting who you really are.
Which I still don't understand that either. But this chick actually this movie does have some redeemable qualities. That it has better than any other ones. The main chick, I actually liked her. Found her to be a little bit too stuck on old dude, but she actually has a reason why. But she actually had personality, and even though old dude was throwing himself at her and stuff, it did kind of frustrate me a little bit because she didn't seem like she was tempted. I'm like, come on, you got a friend here. At least there should be some type of moment where you kind of fall into that weakness. What?
Oh, I just saw it pop up.
Oh. I'm like, at least there should be some moment where you are like a love triangle somewhat. Like, but there really wasn't that. There wasn't like this moment where she kind of liked this guy.
Because it was like after she thought he had left her to where she just went and basically threw herself at him.
And they got it in. I was proud of the. I was happy for the djinn. In fact, the entire movie, I hated Sam, even to the end, which I was happy what happened to him. I loved that, but I was rooting for the djinn to get with Lisa the entire time.
He actually was. Sam was, like I said, a douchebag. Like she didn't even deserve like half of what he was doing. Like, okay, you're in a wheelchair, deal with it. You getting your settlement, you're getting $10 million, which was kind of crazy.
And then the rest of the movie the end of the movie does kind of leave off like everything was a setup just to get Sam out the picture.
Yeah, it really was. She walked out of that house smiling and
didn't call the cops.
Left his body up in the house.
Like this movie, but like I said, I like the djinn more in this one because he was I like Andrew, Devolve. Mm-hmm. But this guy's a little bit more charismatic. Now, if you're looking for kills, no, you're not gonna get that here. It's like literally like 4 deaths, and half of them don't got nothing to do with the djinn. And then the ones that there's only one that you see that has something to do with the djinn, and it's kind of cool.
And which one was that?
The guy with the settlement.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of does this thing where it's like, is the djinn doing this, or he's doing it through the woman's wish? Which I guess it is. He's doing it through the woman's wish. Because the dude was literally mutilating himself.
Mm-hmm. But still managed, after all of that, to sign that paper and fax it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm. Then he shot himself. Like, that was probably the best one that I've seen. Uh-oh. Might get on with KC and do it. Send some questions his way while we're working on some more stuff. But it's actually like this one. Like I said, it's more of a personal story. Of course, the low budget and it's but the kills weren't really nothing to run home about. You got one lady gets decapitated by this fake ass hunter, who did nothing to contribute to the story. Nothing. I do not understand why they keep trying to bring in these mythical figures to quote unquote fight this djinn. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the actual.
The hunter. Okay, what? Okay.
The guy with the sword that cut that lady head off. Remember, the girl was driving home in the woods, and he took off. He started running after the car.
Okay.
And then him and
he had to kill her to keep her from saying her wishes instead of just, why don't I just go and tell her?
I'm like, why not just go kill the djinn?
Right. Or just tell her what this is all about. But no, he said he got to kill her so she can stop for the prophecy. And
I can understand if the movie was about her. I can understand if it was about the movie about Sam trying to protect her from both that guy and the djinn. Mm-hmm. Fine, but that wasn't the case. Because Sam, for the most part, wasn't even... When he does become more relevant, he just, like, disappears. For the majority of the movie, he's not even there to do anything.
Right.
He's not even there. And then when he is there, he's not really doing anything. Which leads me to, the last part of the movie where he shows up. I'm like, really? You just come out of freaking nowhere.
Right. Walking and everything, of course. But she couldn't get out the house, but he got in.
Mm-hmm. And the Wishmaster didn't even know. I'm like, wow, you got all this power, and this guy just walks in the house, and okay. Mm-hmm. I wish I had something to kill you. And I was like, didn't make sense because the sword was so heavy, but he trying to attack the djinn, but I'm like, you can't. You actually showing us that the sword is a little heavy for you to spin.
Right. He got stabbed. Should have died.
He should have died like. If he shouldn't have been immediately dead, he should have been to the point where he could not move like that. So I was like, I don't know whoever wrote this. You don't know your physics. You don't know how the human body works, especially when they get impaled. I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay, so what do you think about the two men from the third and the fourth one who one came to help, one came to kill her? Did they need to be in there? I don't
think.
Nope,
they did not offer anything. No insight whatsoever. Maybe if they would have given a backstory concerning the war between the jinn and the angels, or giving exposition as he's a hunter or something. What is this supposed prophecy? What is it leading to?
Did they mention that though? The three ugly jinns. Did they mention that someone was coming? Like, okay, they mentioned a threat.
They didn't say who the guy was.
Right.
And then I'm like, what kind of threat is this guy? The jinn killed him like it wasn't really nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't like the guy had powers. So I'm like, so what was the point? So I'm like, not only are you not used as a plot device, you're not a relevant character, you don't even do anything. So what is the point of having those characters in there? Now, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part of the movie was when the jinn finally got it. But they didn't show what that led to. Like, what, is she gonna have like a baby jinn now?
Right, because they did
They bumped Douglas.
Make the beast with two backs, I was gonna say.
They was working on making another gin, a Wishmaster 5. Babies always fly. I don't know.
Did you say baby?
I don't know. Babies always fly.
The gin don't fly.
Make your wishes. Goo goo gaga.
I was like the spawn of the gin, that would have been a little bit better than baby Hawk.
the seed of gin? I don't know.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, so that ended with him perishing maybe for the final time. And Lisa's out of the house, all happy. $10 million richer.
Her ball and chain finally out of the way, and she's $10 million richer. So there we go with that. Honestly, it's a shitty movie, and like I said, there ain't no real kills. You got one lady that got sexed to death, but I'm like, so what happened to her?
Right.
She was floating up on the wall. I wish I could have killer sex. I'm like, okay, you float against the wall. You moan a lot, but what happened?
It would have been something if something would have led to that, like her and another dude, and
or the jinn doing it.
Right, it just happened to be the jinn, and as he's killing that,
I killed it.
See, so many other ways that could have went.
Or if they did it like that movie, It Follows, because when that demonic creature thing kills you, has sex with you, you die. So I'm like, at least could have did that. But this lady just floats up against the wall like, and I'm like, what is wrong with her? I'm like, somebody she scratching her back on the wall? I know that stuff feels good as hell, but damn. She's oh yes, and I'm like, and she don't even think this is weird. She floating up against the wall, feeling all types of otherworldly pleasure. Right. And I was like, she ain't even panicking. I was like, okay, well, some mythical creature just giving her that schlong, and I'm like, okay, so how did she die? And the dude was like, I went over old girl house and she's dead. But I was like, so what did you do? Breaking her shit?
Right. Yeah, he did say that.
I was like, you just wanted
maybe he was trying to.
You that key. You got that key to that house. That's how you got in that house. You trifling son of a. Ooh. So, but the whole love story thing was forced. Was stupid. Didn't need to be in the movie. The whole Hunter thing was stupid. Didn't need to be in the movie. The whole thing with Sam. My thing with the whole Sam thing was, if the dude's gonna be a douchebag or whatever, make it a 50-50 movie. Mm-hmm. Have it to where you're seeing the story from both sides. The majority of the time, it was from her perspective. Mm-hmm. So the whole time
what she had to deal with Sam.
But it'd be different if you just see what was going on through his mind. Mm-hmm. But you don't. You just know that he was a dick. Mm-hmm. So, as far as his character's concerned, the devil did get his due. So, I was alright with that. I was happy. And like I said, of all the chicks that I've seen in the main chicks out the series, I liked her the most. I liked her the most. But so out of what would you rate this one?
I would say a 2.
I was gonna give it a 2 as well. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it's certainly a lot better than the third movie. So we've definitely covered this. I haven't asked you about who you cast because I've already done 2 videos of casting choices for the Djinn. So guys, stay tuned for those. They're going to be there. They're going to be pretty awesome. So y'all can go ahead and watch those and share those as well. And we might, we're probably going to come back later on with like ideas for like a reboot, who we would like to see, of course, what we would like to see
TV series.
as just generally any of that. So, all right then, guys, you had heard our conversation on this highly inconsistent and badly written horror film series. Let us know in the comment section below which one is your favorite film.
And which gender you like the best.
As well as which heroine you like the best. I still say the best one was in part 4. Only good thing to come out that freaking movie. But one of the few things. And I still don't understand that whole part where the djinn was talking like a woman on the phone or something like that. I was like, this fool, you brought it up. You're like, this fool is walking through the house on the cell phone.
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm just chilling.
But anyways, we'll definitely catch you guys later. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later. Narik and Madam B